This is the introduction for the exercises that are provided with the characteristic and mantissa. And it all turns out the skills you're going to need are going to be, you have to know when to add and when to multiply. And that's what it's going to take to understand all of what's to come. And so we're going to take for any number n, there exists a representation of that number in an x as equal to some base raised to some sort of an exponent where b is the base and e is defined as the exponent. Now, there exists a decimal expression of the exponent where I can represent the exponent as a decimal number. This is true for all numbers. And since it can be represented as a decimal number, the decimal is going to turn out to separate it into two terms which can be expressed as the sum of the part to the left of the decimal plus the part to the right of the decimal. Now, so the key feature here is that the decimal separates the exponent into two parts. Part 1 is the which I've denoted with an uppercase C, is the characteristic part. This is the part to the left of the decimal. This is the order of magnitude information. This represents that part of the number n. And the second part, which I've represented with an uppercase M, is the mantissa. This is the part to the right of the decimal in the exponent. And this represents the certainty or precision of the number n. And then, given this expression, we're going to have the following factoring is possible. Every number can be factored in this fashion and represented in this fashion. And when I represent it as some base raised to some exponent, which is in this decimal form, since that decimal form can be represented as a sum of the characteristic term plus the mantissa term, then it, which is where we are adding together, and the rules with exponents reveal that this is equal to the product of the same base raised to the characteristic multiplied times that base raised to the mantissa. And it turns out that this is going to be the key operation. And it's knowing when to add and when to multiply and being able to go freely from one form to the other. This is going to provide us great advantage and the ability to calculate things that we otherwise would not be able to do.